Welcome. In this video, I'll be covering different trading opportunities setting up across Bitcoin, Euro against the US dollar, gold, S&P 500, and dollar currency index on a few different time frames. Before getting into the analysis, a quick shout out to my affiliate, BitGet Exchange, where you can get no KYC access to a cryptocurrency exchange, as well as when you deposit or trade, get up to 5,005 USDT in rewards. So check out my link in the description and pinned comment along with my referral code to go sign up to BitGet Exchange, especially if you need a crypto exchange with no KYC required. Now let's get into the analysis. To start things out, I have the weekly time frame of Bitcoin up, and this is just going to be the higher time frame outlook to keep a level head of where things overall should be heading. And for the weekly time frame, that is to the upside. So the reason for that being, we have an emerging uptrend coming out of a large drawdown and hidden bullish divergence being formed here on the weekly time frame. Another time that we saw this happening that looked very similar is over here. So if we take a look, higher low on price, but a much lower low on stochastic RSI, just like back here, we have a very similar setup. If you take a look at the stochastic RSI here, it's setting up in a very similar way with this hidden bullish divergence. And with this emerging uptrend coming out of an extended drawdown period, that is going to be the most likely scenario, continuation to the upside, and that's what I'll be looking for. It doesn't mean this pullback's already done as of right now, but the idea behind this is a higher low compared to this pullback here, so around 19,570, just looking for a higher low there before we see a follow through to the upside out of there. So that's going to be the idea here for the weekly. Let's go down to much lower time frame and discuss the shorter term opportunities that might be setting up. So we'll get down to regular and pop up some of our indicators and get down to a 4-hour time frame so we can discuss what was discussed in the last couple videos I made analyzing Bitcoin. So last couple videos, we talked about this pullback here. So this consolidation in the context of a downtrend, expecting that this would follow through to the downside for a new low to take out this low here. Now, we did see this move coming out of that consolidation and breaking down, but it never fully followed through to take out the low down here. So my analysis has not completed fully. We just saw a move to the downside out of this consolidation, but without full follow through for a new low. So I'm still thinking that we may get this follow through to the downside to really take out the low over here. And that's still going to be the analysis here for the 4-hour time frame. How do we actually change that analysis? Well, first I need to see this change structure. So breaking this high right here, an intermediate term high, and coming over to the 200 EMA and consolidating. That would kind of change my bias here for the shorter term trend and make me expect a incoming at least short term uptrend on the way. So shorter term 4-hour, still bearish until we see this happen. But I'm still going to be expecting that we see this low taken out before an extended uptrend gets underway. So that's what to look for right now. If you did not get in at the highs during this consolidation, then it's already too late. You want to be getting in at a good price at a discount within the context of a downtrend. And then when you see a move to the downside, that's when you take profits. You don't want to be entering a fresh position after the push down has already happened. So at this point, if you're not already in a position up here or up here or up here, it's just not a good idea. In my opinion, I personally wouldn't be getting into a fresh position. I'd just be sitting and waiting and seeing what we get from this. And if we get that shift in trend, then we can take advantage of a new setup. But till that happens, there's really nothing to do in my eyes, as there's not a lot of certainty entering into a fresh position right now. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to Euro against the US dollar. Now this one was just very, very easy to trade. If we go back and discuss what I talked about in the last few videos discussing euro against the US dollar, I was looking for the lows to be swept here, here, and here. This swiftly pulled back, followed through to take out one low, two lows, pulled back again, and followed through to take out this third low. So the analysis has kind of concluded at this point for sweeping all three of these lows and trying to get in at discounts on these pullbacks to look for those follow through moves. This one behaved perfectly, essentially. So the market is not open right now. It's the weekend, but we do have a hidden bearish divergence here. So short term, maybe we see some follow through to the downside, but the main targets have already been met. So I just would want to kind of hold off on this one and wait for maybe a larger pullback or a change or shift in trend, because if we go out to a higher time frame, it's still an uptrend. And this is coming down to the point where we actually may see this uptrend continue on a daily time frame or even a higher time frame. Now that this has really come down, stochastic RSI is crossing multiple times in oversold, and it's coming down almost touching the 200 EMA. So often in an uptrend, this is where you start seeing a bottoming and continuation of the trend. As we can see throughout this downtrend here, times where the stochastic RSI is crossing multiple times in overbought, that's where we start seeing continuation moves to the downside throughout a downtrend. Just like in an uptrend, when we start seeing multiple crosses in the oversold, then we start looking for this to head to the upside. So for the 4-hour trend, we got exactly what we were looking for. Same goes with the hourly. Just looking for these lows here to be swept, and that's kind of done. That analysis has already concluded. So at this point, it's going to be kind of a waiting game for the 4-hour trend to look for a bullish structure break coming over that 200 EMA. Then we can start looking for targets to get long on a lower time frame. Daily is, in my opinion, already at a great place to be kind of looking for an entry and looking to get long and look for this continuation move to the upside to head up to the next logical target, which is going to be right here. So next logical target, this high over here in that downtrend, that's that next logical target in my eyes, and it's already kind of giving the ingredients here to be thinking about getting in and looking for that follow-through move to the upside. It's at a discount in the context of this uptrend. So that's what I'm looking for euro against the US dollar. Lower time frames, going to need to wait for some development for me to have a lot of confidence. Still though, very short term, looking like we may see some further movement to the downside here. So let's move on to gold and see what's sitting up here. This one, we were looking for lows to be swept as well. So last video for 4-hour trend, we're looking for this pullback to conclude in a move to the downside, which we got. We saw this low swept first, which was the one that was being targeted. And then there were these two also being targeted. This one was swept. This one, not quite. So that's going to be the next logical target, is this low here. Beyond that, we have this low over here. So looking for some follow through to the downside. Short term, just this little low here, maybe on a lower time frame, looking for that move to the downside there. But we've kind of gotten what we wanted here as far as a high probability, high confidence setup. And so I just don't have a lot of confidence right now the way it's sitting. It's already extended to the downside. So I'd be more so looking for a pullback, or maybe even this to break to the upside, breaking structure here, and then following through to the upside. So if we break structure, come over the 200 EMA, consolidate, that would be more of a bullish setup. So let's see how it pans out. I just wouldn't want to take a fresh position here on this one, as we've already gotten that opportunity. This was a high probability, high confidence setup with this pullback here, looking to get in for this move, and we already got the move. So it's don't want to ask too much out of this. And so that's going to be it for the 4-hour. If we look at the daily, we have quite a steep pullback underway, also breaking structure here. So maybe we are going into a larger pullback period. So maybe seeing this come all the way down into this area, but it still is in an overall uptrend. So I just wouldn't want to bet against this heading to the upside right now. There's merit for this heading to the upside. You can look out at a higher time frame, and there's reason that this could be continuing to the upside and making new highs. So I would not be surprised if we do see this follow through all the way up here. And I just don't want to bet against that happening right now. So we already kind of got what I was looking for out of this 4-hour trend. So maybe waiting for further development before I feel like there's a good setup here. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with this. If we go here to our next pair, this is concluding in movement to the upside. So we have a move to the upside and then big consolidation sideways all throughout here. It's just one big consolidation. And when you see movement to the upside with sideways consolidation, typically it follows through in the same direction that it was already leading in. So this move to the upside followed by consolidation, normally you're going to see a follow through again to the upside. So that's going to be the idea here. If we go out to the daily, it may be make a little bit more sense. We can have some more logical targets to look at. But the logical target I've been talking about is over here. So still same analysis, looking for this logical target to the upside to be hit on this next move out of this consolidation over the 200 EMA here. So if this is to pull back on lower time frames, maybe there's might be opportunity there to get in, look for a hidden bullish divergence setup or some sort of discounted entry pullback. But right now, it's kind of already too late for the daily time frame to be getting in at a discount. That opportunity was at the lows of the consolidation. You don't want to enter at the highs of a consolidation. Never enter at the high point of a consolidation. Always enter at the lows of a consolidation in an uptrend or the highs of a consolidation in a downtrend. Right now it's an uptrend. So looking to enter at lows of consolidations, and no matter what time frame you're looking at, you want to enter at the lows of a consolidation in an uptrend and the highs of a consolidation in a downtrend. So hourly has been kind of a mess. It's just been back and forth. And so it's just not been great. I talked about that in one of the other videos, maybe 1 or 2 videos back, how it's just a mess, this price action, back and forth. And so I just haven't been very interested in this one overall. And right now, still going to be targeting highs up here on higher time frames, still bullish. So that's going to be the analysis. Hourly, if this is already underway to this target, the idea for the hourly would be a pullback with hidden bullish divergence to look for a follow through move to the upside. So that's going to be the idea here still on the hourly time frame as well as the higher time frames. Now let's go out to our dollar currency index. So this one really pulled back significantly here now on the daily. We do have many crosses in the overbought, so a pullback is pretty likely. It doesn't mean that it has to pull back right now. It just popped over the 200 EMA here. So maybe we see a more extended uptrend to take out the high right here. It's not very clear to me. That's what I'll say. I don't have a lot of confidence with these higher time frame setups because I can zoom way out and be looking at this to start heading to the downside and a huge downtrend on the weekly. But I just don't have a lot of confidence right at this very moment. I'd be more so interested in maybe trading the lower time frames as I talked about in the last few videos. So last few videos, what was I looking for? I was looking for all these highs to be swept. And this just kind of broke everything with ease. And the next target is going to be right here. So still in an uptrend right now, still going to be targeting this high as that next logical area to be heading up to, okay? So that's still going to be the analysis. It's further upside. We have taken out all the easy targets. So the higher we get, the less confident I get, as we already had a few nice pullbacks to trade that played out perfectly. So now at this point, we already have this having given us great trading opportunity. Is it really going to keep giving us great trading opportunity over and over and over? Well, maybe it will. And I always bet on the trend. So with less confidence, I still think that most likely we're going to see that next move up to that next logical target outlined over here. Okay. And we do have this pulling back with hidden bullish divergence. So the idea would be looking for a higher low compared to here with his hidden bullish divergence playing out to the upside. So that's going to be the idea right now, although I don't have as much confidence as I did when I gave the analysis on this pullback, looking for a follow through to the upside, or this one looking for a follow through to the upside, because the farther we get into this, the more extended it gets to the upside, the less confident I have in looking for these follow through moves to take these targets out. But it doesn't mean it can't continue up and go on much longer. It's just speaking my mind, and that's it. So that's going to be the analysis there. Looking for further upside right now. Maybe eventually we see this start coming down, and I'd be looking to get short on some an emerging downtrend. This is now kind of becoming an extended uptrend. It's not as much of an emerging trend. So I get with the further this goes, the less confidence I have, and it's going to continue without a larger pullback first, as this hasn't had much time to reset and kind of refuel along the way here. So up only essentially. So that's going to be the analysis for right now. It's trying to get in at discounts, looking for trend continuations as I always do, looking for hidden divergence, and as always, have a great day, and hopefully in this next trading week you guys have good performance. But thanks for watching, and have a great day.